With Marvel Studios already putting out a decent chunk of the initial Disney Plus slate that they revealed and being in post-production on most of those projects that aren't out, the next slate is rumored to be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con or D23, and a alleged leak highlighting what exactly the next wave of projects has hit. So let's talk about them one by one. Okay, so as always, take this with a grain of salt and as a rumor, because things can always change. If you guys look back to 2019, there was trademarks that were registered that did not end up getting announced and then were pulled because those projects were pulled. What we're looking at now is, I'm guessing, is a best guess, best case scenario by insiders trying to talk about what's coming up next. And if you guys look at what was being said by these very same people prior to 2019's announcements, they were off on a lot of projects. Do I need to remind you guys of how there was going to be an announcement of a Wolverine Disney Plus series in 2020, 2021, and 2022? It didn't happen. So just take this as a cautionary warning not to trust anything or everything that you hear online. Now let's get to the first project, which is Nova. So Nova is apparently going to be a Disney Plus series. I guess they've settled on that, and this is supposed to be, I guess, one that focuses more on Sam Alexander on Earth. And the reasoning behind this is because they don't want to overspend money and, have a show set in space that's going to cost literally hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not the way, because that hasn't paid off, so that's not happening. So Nova, there you go. Next up, The Blonde Phantom. This might be the one starring Taylor Swift, or maybe not. It's going to be produced and possibly directed by Scarlett Johansson, and this looks to be a period piece set after the 40s to anywhere in the late 80s. It's a broad, time gap there. But again, we know so little about this, and apparently it will be set in Las Vegas. That's literally all we know. Honestly, this seems like you can make this for cheap, so yeah, I kind of believe this. Next up, The Punisher. Apparently this will be picking up off of whatever happens in Daredevil Born Again, the first half, and this will be joining Daredevil Born Again with the second half, which is sort of like a reshuffle of the last 9 episodes that they didn't shoot. And well, they're aiming to expand the whole Defender-verse on Disney Plus, and this is going to be one of the important shows that they want at the forefront of that. Next up is Wiccan. This, of course, would be, well, Wanda's son, Wiccan. Now, how this works, I don't know. Take a guess. Is there going to be something that happens in Agatha? Maybe, maybe not. Is there something else? Is there a giant time gap? Is this like a teen show? I don't know. This one's very interesting. Probably the one I'm least interested in, just because I don't care for Wiccan specifically or much of Wanda's whole section. So, sure. Also, Strange Tales. Now, Strange Tales is supposed to be, I guess, some sort of maybe anthology series on the mystical side of Marvel. Again, this would be live action. This is all we know. It might star Benedict Wong, but again, that's just a rumor. Some people are saying it's going to star Doctor Strange because Strange Tales. Yeah, probably not. They're not getting Benedict Cumberbatch to sign a, contract to be in every episode of like a 8 to 12 episode series where they're going to have to pay him like $20 million. That's not happening, I'm sorry. And last up, White Tiger. Apparently, this is a direct spin-off again from Daredevil Born Again. The idea is, here's the street side of things, have at it. If this is true, sure, I'll take White Tiger. I like the character. Now, of course, there's some conflicting details on which version of the character it might be, because there's multiple versions, but whatever happens, I think that this would be a great character to introduce, especially that whole mythology in that corner of the world, and there's something here worth exploring. But what we keep hearing is that this is definitely a street-level story set in New York, so Daredevil, but White Tiger. I guess this works. Now, one thing that's not mentioned here, and I find it very weird, is Vision Quest. What happened to that? The scoopers aren't saying it's going to be announced, so has that been canceled, or what's going on? They just forget? I don't know, but I'm assuming that's going to get announced, considering we actually know it's in development, unlike most of these. So, I guess that's the slate we can expect to get revealed this summer. I'm not going to lie, it's alright. It's not exactly great, it's not mind-blowing, but at the same time, they got to cut down costs. So a lot of these shows are going to be street level stuff, just like Netflix and ABC was doing, which to me makes sense. But also, why can't we get more like, I don't know, Runaways or Cloak and Dagger or other interesting characters? Bring them back, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see and hope this maybe isn't as accurate, or maybe this is just a part of it, that there's a lot more. But I guess only time will tell, and there's a little time left, so we'll know, what, in a couple weeks?